but Munguia took a round off and then came back and finished it. Oh my goodness! Munguia goes down in round 6.
He's
Oh my goodness! He does not beat the count. It is over.
one punch
Bruno
knockout.
Surace has knocked out Jaime Munguia.
This is a crazy fight. Shout out to the fam for being in this one, man. Much love to the fam. Ring Kings Boxing World. I'm Big Q chiming in with the latest episode of Ring Kings Boxing, man. Been away for a little bit, but we back at that to get back to that consistent work, man. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. As we up in this thing, man, listen, after a matchup, man, him being at home, and you can see after Surace was able to hit him with that overhand right, man, let me tell you something. That crowd was absolutely stunned. They were in a complete stunned state. This is Jaime's home, and he gets knocked out in uncharacteristic fashion, and it's not good. I think that's his second fight, a second loss in 3 fights. So Jaime Munguia reeling right now, man, and that was a tough one, man. But what's interesting is that he wants more. He wants to get back to it. Munguia should walk away from Surace. Rematch, says Benavidez Sr., and that's David Benavidez talking about it, man. And this is a part of the game. This was a really rough fight, man. As well, just to kind of drop 3 quick ones at you on this one, man. This was a really tough fight watching this happen, because I got going into the fight. Surace had like 5 knockouts. And I was like, Munguia should probably make short work of the guy here, get him out of there. But credit to him. He had a tough chin. He stayed in there. He took some power shots behind me. But at the end of the day, it was Surace. He was able to make sure, come out with the victory. He beat him. And that was a tough fight. And he went down. But Jaime Munguia wants to get back to business and get the rematch. Trainer Jose Benavidez Sr. advises Jaime not to take the rematch with Bruno Surace after being knocked out by him in the 6th round last Saturday in Tijuana. So Jose Jr. says Surace, who's 26-0 with 5 knockouts, will be super motivated after his victory, and he could cause another upset in a rematch with former WBA junior middleweight champion Jaime Munguia, who's now 44-2 and 35 knockouts. Benavidez Sr. wants Jaime to walk away from the loss, live his life, and not take a second fight. But you're a fighter, you're not going to do that, especially a guy as proud as Jaime. And in some forms of fashion, you would agree. But let me tell you something, in this fight, I think Jaime would be a lot more intelligent in how he deals with him. There was a bit of, I don't know if I would say he overreacted to him, but Surace hit him with that overhand straight, and that just kind of hit him in the right manner and just dropped him. And I've seen Jaime get pummeled with shots, real hard shots, and maybe the stuff is adding up over the time. This is his 46th fight. So yeah, this could be something. So Jose Sr. feels Munguia should have finished Surace after dropping him in round 2. He thinks he let him off the hook. As you know, if you watch the entire fight, that portions of that is true, because he wanted to leave the fans. It looked like that. He appeared Munguia tried to knock him out, but he changed his mind after Surace nailed him with a massive right hand to the head. That shot made Jaime back off because it was hard. It was a hard one that knocked him out in the 6th. According to Salvador Rodriguez of ESPN, Munguia's promoters at Zanfer wanted to activate the rematch clause in their contract with Surace to force a second fight in the first half of 2025. I think he was taking his time trying to look for the perfect shot. I think he should have been, Jaime said, Jose Benavidez, when asked. Jaime Munguia suffered an upset knockout loss to Bruno Surace last Saturday. I think Munguia was trying to please the people. And that's big for him to say that. It would be interesting to see if he takes the rematch. But listen, in this fight, in a rematch against him, even though he will be riding high, but you will want that. You will want the guy to be full of confidence. And if I had these guys, Jaime Munguia, to go against this guy 5 out of 5 times, or 4 out of 5 times, I would take Jaime. And he was right. He could have put the pedal down and get this guy out of here. But in the end, a bit of that is true. But I promise you, in the rematch, Jaime's going to mash on this guy, pressure him, and get him out of there. So I wouldn't be, apprehensive about taking the rematch, being that just, he wouldn't give him the wiggle room that he gave him in the first fight. Plus, he'll be kind of more about his business and really tuned in for the fight. So that's my thoughts on Jaime Munguia. And unfortunately, it's going to drop him in his division, and it's rightfully said after he gets knocked out in the vicious way that he did. So unfortunately, it is what it is, right? So anyway, let's keep this thing going, man, to the next news for Ring Kings Boxing. How about this one for you guys? Another Benavidez, shouts and shoves David Morrell at the heated face-off. Now, if you guys hadn't seen the video of these guys, usually a pretty chill and cool David Benavidez kind of just, he got a little rough with David Morrell. And what's interesting about it is these guys, they really don't, I ain't gonna say they really don't like each other, but the shove that occurred, man, was very interesting.
Morrell
to see how that all went down, man, was very interesting because, you usually see a pretty chill David Benavidez, man, but something happened, man, between these guys where it got kind of pushy and it got kind of rough really early, man. So, and like I said, they're usually pretty chill guys, man. They're usually pretty chill guys, and then they start shoving. Now, this fight doesn't take place until at least, I think it's in February when this fight takes place between these two fighters right here, but they're getting a little chippy early, man. And I think this is going to be a nice little grudge match of a fight right here between David Benavidez. I wasn't impressed with his last fight since he moved up in weight, and Morrell feeling like, man, listen, you ain't nothing to me. You moving up here, and you don't hit as hard as what I'm gonna feel, and it's we're gonna see how it goes. But David Benavidez shoved WBA regular champ David Morrell during the face-off that day, resulting in a near brawl. I don't know what Morrell threw at him, but I don't know if it was a headset or something, but he threw something at David Benavidez's face and he ducked it. So he got excellent reflexes. He ducked the piss out of it. The Mexican monster Benavidez was spoiling for a fight and was lucky that Morrell didn't brain him with his belt when he hurled it at him. Okay, that was his belt. He threw his belt at him. I didn't know what it was. And Morrell threw it like a baseball pitcher. He sure did, man. And David Benavidez ducked the piss out of it. When the two champions came head-to-head, words were exchanged without warning. Benavidez shoved the Cuban Morrell, who's 11-0 with 9 knockouts, across the room. Morrell reacted by tossing his belt at Benavidez, narrowly missing him with a headshot. The two teams immediately converged to prevent the fist from being thrown. It looked like Benavidez was spoiling for a fight, perhaps being angered by Morrell's trash talk as he was letting the Mexican monster have it during the face-off. It's likely that Morrell reminded Benavidez that he avoided him for 2 years and wanted no part in him with this fight. Morrell is a big threat to Benavidez's future dreams of fighting the winner of the Beterbiev Bivol 2 rematch. That's February the 22nd. There's a lot of money for Benavidez or Morrell to make the fighting winner of that contest, to be that guy. So we'll see how it all ends, man. But yeah, well, you like to see stuff like this happen between fighters. You like to see, them get a little chippy early on, and and we're gonna see how it happens, man. But usually a cool customer David Benavidez was, but not in this shit, man. Oh man, it was something else between these guys, man. It just didn't end well. But anyway, that's that, man. These guys will get it on in February of next year. And of course, let's move on to what we think is going to happen in this year, man. We got an interesting fight that'll be going on between two heavyweight champions. Y'all know who we talking about. It's these guys. It's Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury Part 2. That's going to be happening pretty soon here. And what's interesting about this fight, man, to be honest with you, is that Tyson Fury said that he was in a recent interview. Tyson Fury was saying that he hadn't seen his wife in 3 months. So he's saying that he's going through a ton of Tyson Fury is going through a lot of stuff. He says he hasn't spoken to his wife in 3 months. He's been training, staying away from him, getting ready. And I really do believe that we're getting down to the end of Tyson Fury's career. They have reported leg problems that he's going through, stuff like that. And to be fair, when you match these two guys up and you look at the fight that will ensue for part 2, to be quite honest with your family, Tyson Fury was winning the first fight. If y'all guys go back in your memory and remember how it went, he was actually winning that first match. He was winning it. He was winning it through 9 rounds. But the issue with Tyson Fury is that he could not keep up the pace. That's when it went to hell in the handbasket. Tyson Fury couldn't keep up the pace that he was at. And they said that he's really been working on that now, because if he was able to maintain the pace in which he was fighting, which was he was keeping Alexander Usyk out of his reach. He was keeping him baffled until Alexander Usyk got close enough to get up under his punches, and Tyson stopped punching as much. And that's when Alexander Usyk went to work on Tyson Fury and beat him up. Hit him with some shots that dazed him. He chopped the giant down. So what happens in the second fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury number 2 for undisputed? What for all the belts? Let's just say it like that, right? What happens in this second matchup here? How does it fall? I know that eventually Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, I hearing rumors that Usyk is he's considering stepping back down to cruiserweight, which he dominated. Fury is anticipating having a fight with Anthony Joshua in the future, stuff like that. And yeah, none of that's appealing, right? And then ultimately, I think these guys, ultimately, we get into a part where the heavyweight division is going to switch over, and we got, Daniel Dynamite Dubois on the rise and other fighters there. We'll see Martin Bacoli's another fighter that's down there. He's looking to get a shot to kind of rise up in the division after what he did to Miller. So I mean, we're kind of getting to the end, I want to say, between some of the really good ones. And you talk about Usyk and Tyson Fury, two really slick boxers. And like I said, if Tyson Fury, the only thing is, like I said, he was winning the first fight until right up to the 9th round. Then Usyk took it over and just was able to mash on it and was able to get him on out of there. And that's the point. What would Tyson Fury do differently in the second fight that he didn't do in the first fight? The best thing I could see him doing, because Tyson's not going to press for a knockout. He's not going to do that. He respects Alexander Usyk power, obviously, now. But I don't think he presses for a knockout. I think if he can maintain the pace that he had, he had in the first fight, he would have won the fight very handily on the cards. He would have beat him. But can he keep that pace? And can he keep Alexander Usyk at length, as slick as he is, and as crafty as he is, as intelligent as a fighter as he is? Can he keep him away and do what he did up to round 9 last fight? Can he repeat the feat? Is that the strategy going into the fight? Because that's the question I had, because Tyson was winning that, but he could not hold the pace. And the moment he relented, Usyk was waiting. And when he did, he got in there, and that's all he needs. You cannot give Alexander Usyk a moment's rest in these type of fights. He's too good. He's too slick. He's too intelligent of a fighter to do that to. And we just gonna have to wait and see. We don't have to wait and see very long before we see Usyk and Tyson go at it. So, man, listen, it's going to be very interesting, man. Y'all put in the comment section, let me know what y'all think happens in these fights. Let me know how you feel about the Jaime Munguia rematch. Do you guys think Jaime handles it? Do you agree with me? How about the fight with Tyson and Usyk? What do you guys think about that fight? Who do you think win that fight? So with that being said, I'm going to cut out on that. Listen, much love to you guys. I appreciate you listening to on Ring King's Boxing World. Please do me a service by hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, and I'm going to get at you guys on the next episode. Much love. Peace. We out.